Welcome back. This is video number 7 in the Quick Start video series for 90-Second Website Builder. Hi, it's Greg Hughes. I'm going to show you a little bit more about linking like we talked about in the last video. But in this case, I want to talk to you about a very special kind of link. It's a hyperlink that allows you to link from one part of your page to another part of the same page. It's a feature called a bookmark. A bookmark is a certain kind of link. Let's say we want to turn this text right here into a link that was a bookmark. We right click on it, go to link, and you'll see that bookmark is one of the choices that we have. That's what we're going to be talking about. But let me show you what a bookmark is. In my demonstration website, I happen to be on the page that's called Card Tricks right here. And of course on this page I have a little bit about card tricks and several different types of, we'll say, products. I've got what's called the Svengali deck right down here, and then as you scroll down the page I did a little blurb for the stripper deck, one for the invisible deck, and then one for what's called the brainwave pack, and so on. At the very top I've got some text here that I want to link to these portions of my website. Rather than link to another page or to another website, I just want the user to be able to click on a link and have it take them down the page to the appropriate product. So in other words, when they click on brainwave deck, I want the user to be taken immediately down to the brainwave deck part of the page. That's called a bookmark. So here's how it works. The first thing we have to do is create a bookmark and put it on that part of the page we want to take them to. So let's start with the Svengali deck. So I'm going to go grab the bookmark tool. It's also called an anchor, and that's why that little icon next to the bookmark looks like an anchor. I just simply grab that tool and drag it out and stretch like you do anything else. And you can see my little anchor. It doesn't have to be that big. It can just be like this, because it's actually never going to be seen by the user. A bookmark or an anchor is only seen in design mode. Let me show you what I mean. If I want the user to be taken to this part of the page, this is where I need to put my anchor. So I'm going to put it right here next to the word Svengali, just so you can see how it works. This will be my Svengali bookmark. Now I need to name this something so that I'll recognize it later, because I'm going to have several bookmarks on this page. So I double click on it and I just have to call it something. Well, I'm going to call it Svengali, so later I'll remember where it is on the page. But before we move on, let me hit preview so you can see that this little bookmark is actually going to be invisible when it's online. I'm going to click F5 and see down on this part of the web page you don't see anything, but it's really there. It's just invisible. So now I've got a bookmark called Svengali. Now I want to link this text to this bookmark. Here's how I do it. I select the text I want to link, right click, and go to link, just like we learned in the last video. But this time I got to do a couple things. First, I've got to tell the software which page I'm on. So I'm linking to an internal web page, the one called Card Tricks. Now remember, that's actually the page we're still on. It may seem funny to tell the software we're going to link to the page we're already on, but the reason we're doing that is because we're using bookmarks. So I'm going to tell the software we're on Card Tricks, and on this page I'm telling the software that there is a bookmark here called, there it is, Svengali. That's the bookmark I just made. Now if I hadn't picked the page Card Tricks, bookmarks wouldn't have shown up, because the bookmarks I'm looking for are the ones on the Card Tricks page. So I select that. There's only one at this point. I click OK, and now that connection is complete. Let's test it. I'm going to click F5, and when I click on this link, it should scroll the page quickly down to this part of the website. Watch. It sure did. Because our bookmark is actually right there, that now becomes the top of the page. Because what happens is it actually scrolled the page down when we click that link. I'm going to scroll back up manually, click on the bookmark link, and you can see it scrolled us down to that part of the page. Let's do it again just to make sure it's really clear. This time let's make one for the stripper deck. Now the stripper deck is down here. I'm going to get another bookmark. I grab the bookmark tool, the little anchor, and I just draw. And just to show you how it works, I'm going to put the anchor over here this time rather than next to the word. I'm going to put it down here in the blue. I'm going to double click on it, and let's call this one Stripper. That's the name of this product. Click OK. And now I want to link this text to that bookmark. So again, I select the text by dragging over it, right click, go to link. I have to tell the software which page we're working with. I want bookmarks from the card tricks page. And there they are. There's the one I used before, and here's the new one I just made. It's getting these from the card tricks page. That's how it gives me the list of bookmarks. I click Stripper, click OK, and now I'm done. Now that link will take us down to wherever this bookmark is. Now I put it down into the blue a little low to show you something so you can see how this actually works. I'm going to click F5, and like we did with the Svengali deck, this time we're going to click the Stripper deck and watch where it takes us. You'll notice it took us way down into the blue, and it even cut off the product a little bit. It might even be a little bit too high because you can see I can scroll up a little bit. If I'd rather have it take me down to maybe this part of the page, all I have to do is put my bookmark up a little bit higher. So let's try that. So let's go back down in design mode, and I'm going to take the bookmark and just move it up a little bit. It doesn't really matter if it's here or here or here. It only decides the height of where we scroll the page down. So I'm going to put it up into the gray area so that when we jump down the page, there's a little bit of a gray showing. So let's try it again. We're going to go F5. I click the Stripper deck link, and there we have a little bit of gray showing because remember, my invisible bookmark is actually right here. It's a great way to control how your user goes up and down the page without changing pages. And of course, I would continue to do that with the rest of my links. That's how you use a bookmark or anchor link in 90 Second Website Builder.